stream on Gusto TV. So today's Sunday and it's the live eviction in Big Brother's house. You guys remember people that are up for eviction? That's Fina, Brian, Rachel, Cheesy. They're not going home obviously. Rachel, Cheesy, who else? Eloswag and Chumzi. And yeah, currently Ebuka. Why do I keep calling Ebuka Big Brother? I make this mistake all the goddamn time. Anyway, Ebuka is in the house and he said Big Brother has no time to waste. And he's about to remove somebody, one person for now, from Big Brother. We don't know how many people are leaving. But with 5 persons up for eviction, at least I believe like at least 2 should be going. So yeah, one person is about to be evicted now, and I wonder who it's going to be. Who do you think it's going to be?
Good luck to all of you.
Remember, there's Fina, there's Brian, there's Doi. Oh, it's true. I didn't mention Doi. There's Chumzi, there's Bella. Who else? Eloswag, Cheesy, Rachel, Fina. Okay, talk.
The next housemate to be evicted from the Big Brother Naija level up house.
Is. I'm surprised Fina is not panicking or crying. She has toughened up. Because normally she's going to be. Okay. Wow. Doing had just been evicted from Big Brother's house. I don't know why I'm not surprised. Because I actually saw it coming. But then I was thinking maybe Eloswag would have gone first. But apparently it's Doing that left first. But you know, last week they didn't do it based on the person that had like the highest votes. You know, sorry, the lowest votes rather, not highest votes. So who knows? Maybe it would have been Eloswag before Doing himself. Who knows? Just this moment she was getting close to what's this guy's name? Maria's counting down 10 seconds for her to leave the house. Yeah, she's hugging Cheesy. Cute. Wow. And Doing was prepared for it actually. Like she knew she was going to go. Hey! Alison is crying. Oh. We should care about her down much. Anyways, they were very, very close. Alison is crying, you guys.
Alright, can you guys sit down for now? Sit down for now.
So I think Ebuka is about to cause tension and shake some tables.
But I want to talk about something else. At the start of the week, you had a big complaint in the conversation, particularly about the fact that you do not want to have anything to do with Beautifier, Rachel, and Brian when the show is over. Because of something that happened in the
He's asking him about the conversation he had with Jotun earlier this week about him saying he didn't want to have anything to do with Jotun, Brian, and Rachel after the house.
Rachel, Beautifier, it was about Beautifier specifically. Me and Rachel didn't have a relationship because we both understand that. For Brian, it was under an impression that of something I thought was the case, but we had a conversation later on and everything was clear.
And he's saying with Rachel, he doesn't have any relationship with her exactly. That they just understand each other. Then with Brian, that you know they had an issue, but eventually they've spoken about it, so they are good now. They understand each other.
With Beautifier, I feel like we had a case in point to have loyalty in place, but that was disrespectful. Only that I didn't want to have anything to do. Yeah, for sure. Under the template of what I understand us to be individually, I don't think we can ever have a relationship or friendship or anything.
Sure.
But with Brian, everything.
This guy is so blunt. So he's saying with Beautifier, he doesn't really think that he's going to have anything to do with him outside the house. That it's not based off any sentiments or whatever. Then with Rachel, same thing because they're not exactly friends or they don't exactly have anything in common. But with Brian, now that he understands Brian, that you know they can still be friends outside the house, probably. Actually wonder why Ibuka decided to bring this up and ask him this kind of question. Like that's crazy. From where? Like he said this thing when a while ago. I can't even remember when he said it, but I remember he had this conversation with Jotunsha. Then yeah, somebody like Cheesy also had this kind of conversation as well. That he mentioned some like specific people that he wouldn't mind being friends with outside the house. And then he didn't mention Doing, and Doing was just looking at him like okay. But suddenly they've been getting really close. Like yesterday after the party, they were even having conversations about her relationship with Saif, and she was like, oh, she's not in a relationship with Saif, that she liked him, they were getting to know each other and all of that. But Saif has left the house, and if eventually, and Cheesy asked her, so if you go outside the house and then like Saif still wants to like pick it up with both of you, would you agree? She was like that when she lives outside the house, there are like more options. There will be more people that like her, and she can make her choice, easily decide. This time around, it's not her being in like a confined space and just settling for what she sees. So I was just like, okay, so this whole thing, this whole like you wanting to be in ships with people and all of that, so it was just like because you needed company or something. But anyways, you guys, before we even get into gist of things that happen in the house, please let's address Big Brother addressed the housemates by 6 this evening, and your faves got strike. Mr. and Mrs. Ikoyi, Queen, son of the Queen got a strike. That's Shegs and Bella. So they assembled the housemates in the lounge, and he said, oh, I have a video to play for you people. And then he played the video, the situation that happened, like the fight that happened between Big Shegs and Rachel, that eventually Bella got involved in, and Big Brother addressed, like he played the video, like I think that video lasted for how many minutes? The video actually did last long. Like he played the full video and everybody was just watching with their mouths open. Like it was Rachel's reaction for me mostly, and then Big Shegs looks like he was mellowing down, like he was really calming down. Then Bella was still giving this whole, that her saucy look, like, and I'm like, bro, like, shut up and don't obviously you can't say anything at that moment, but stop it. Like, you see my problem with Bella and Shegs, they will always make excuses for their rubbish, always. And it's actually very annoying that Shegs ended up getting just 1 strike, because I remember in Beauty's turn, Beauty got 2 strikes at one sitting. She got her first strike, then she now got double strike again, that she eventually got disqualified. So why is Big Brother giving Shegs just 1 strike? He has done, see, with Rachel, she was giving a warning because she had an issue, and I don't even understand why Big Brother even give her a warning. It's not like she got close with anybody. Shegs insulted her. You just have to just sit back and watch. She's obviously going to react. So why was he even giving her a warning? Like, it didn't make sense to me at first. I'm like, that was not necessary. Like, Rachel should not be standing up. 2 people you should have an issue with is Bella and Shegs. And I actually thought this whole thing, like this whole like confronting them and giving them their strike was going to happen maybe during their wager task, but Big Brother really said until Sunday. That's fine by me, so far he gave them strike. But me, I'm not okay with Shegs getting just 1 strike, because Shegs has been doing a lot. They even played a video where he was saying, oh, Big Brother is chatting shit, it's just 3 weeks left and Big Brother is chatting. I'm like, wow, I didn't even see that part, and I'm like, bro, you get mind, like you have mind, like really do, you do have mind. And then when they were playing the video, he was just looking with his glasses, looking like. Then Bella with her saucy face, bony face. See, you see these 2 people. So eventually, after the Big Brother finished addressing them, and he said, "Oh, housemates asked you where," and he left. Then they started their agenda of trying to like prove a point that, oh, Rachel, Bella was talking about how she didn't intend to pour the food. She was like, why would I want to pour food on her? Why would I want to pour food on the table? Am I a mad person? But sis, you were handling the you were bringing this provocation. Aside from provocation, I feel like you had intentions. She was saying that day she was telling the housemate that she didn't want to pour the food, that it was Rachel that hit the food and the food poured. And she was now trying to defend herself, like today in front of some certain people that were there to listen to them, Chomzy, Swag, Doing, and the rest. She was trying to defend herself, and then she was like, that people saw the video. She was saying that she didn't intend to pour the food, that Rachel hit the food with her hand, and then it poured. And I'm like, bullshit. Like, just shut up. Okay, that would not do her. She's helping to defend Mr. Shegs, talking about the conversation, because Shegs was also defending himself that the whole you chatting shit is just 3 weeks left, that he was referring to Hermes and not Big Brother. That she did that they were there, he was referring to him. He even said it in front of Hermes. And I'm like, it's like, you don't know who Hermes is. Like, you start this thing, you're going to have a problem with Hermes, and he's going to tell you straight up. It's just that the day they had that, we just had like asked Bella and Shet to stand up, and then he told them, or he asked them rather, why didn't they participate in the whole wager like presentation, because they missed like 3 days. I think 3 days, yeah. And then the big brother asked them and told them to apologize to the housemates. Then eventually later in the house, Charisse was apologizing to them. And I'm like, why would you even do that? Does it even matter? It's not as if you just okay. Yes, maybe you just wanted to like make a list of people that were not participating, but you told them about the list. This was not left for them to want to be involved or not, and they chose not to be. And you reported them. What's your business? At most, what's the most that will happen? They'll put you for eviction, and you will not go anywhere. You will not go anywhere. So when he was apologizing, I was pissed. I was like, this is very unnecessary, very very unnecessary. Like it's not necessary. But me personally, I think that Big Brother should have given Shakes 2 strikes at least. 2 strikes, because you get Beauty 2 strikes in one sitting. So why does Big Shakes not deserve it? He has done too much, from disobeying orders to I wouldn't exactly. What lounge is this that they are showing? This place is pretty. Wait. Don't tell me that they are going to move some housemates to another fake eviction. Wait, it's like they just gave Doyi fake eviction. I'm lost. I'm very confused. Wait, first make actually value down.
Okay, girl.
Wait. What's going on?
Bro, this is lovely.
How? I don't even know about this place in Big Brother's house. This is pretty. It's actually very cute.
I like this.
There's even food safe.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell? Like, but I don't understand. They have just how many weeks left to go. So how come that Doyi was actually evicted though? They put Doyi in another house, like a different house entirely. Not even the multicolored house we know about. It's a different house entirely. It's blue in color or something. They put her in that house. I'm confused. Like, is she not supposed to be evicted? Wow, that's actually very crazy. But if Doyi was evicted, I'm actually very happy, because to be honest, I did not want her to leave. Like, Doyi is a very confused person. She's not sure where she stands or what she wants. But I like Doyi. She can be very honest and brutally honest, and I love her for that. But the only thing that is just sort of giving me the ick is she wanted to be friends with the Ikoyis, then Bella and Shakes at all costs. It's actually very disgusting to see, because she tries to leave their ass sometimes, and then sometimes she's not in support of what they are doing, and sometimes she's defending. But then yeah, they even had the gossip about her. Which day was that? That was, I think, on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember exactly. Wow. So I'm very sorry for it's Nigeria. It's our country. Sorry. She happens. But yes, I was saying she had a fight with. She didn't have a fight. They were gossiping about her. That's Bella and Shegs and who else? Who else was it? There was somebody else in that conversation. Yeah, Chomzy. You know, they were talking about how Doyin has been following Cheesy up and down. That what does Cheesy even have to offer? That she's looking for friendship or whatever rubbish they were saying. I was just like, why are people even doing this? Why are you having this conversation about this girl? What has she even done to you? Like, is it necessary? Why would you even be this kind of way? I mean, this girl has always supported you people, always tried to settle your fights, always been there for you people, so why? Then Chomzy had a lot to say. That baby's always running her mouth, and to be honest, if she's evicted from the house, I would be so happy. Like, she needs to get the fuck out. Thank God it's doing that is in the that was fake evicted. That's what they call it back. Yeah, that they gave the fake eviction. But because if it was Chomzy, I would be so fucking pained. I swear, I would be so pained. Chomzy needs to go. Like, so yeah, there's been like fights this week, and I told you people last time that I believe that was like last eviction. I told you guys that you see this week that we're just finishing, before this week we're going to enter, we're going to have tons of fights. So there are the fights between Chomzy and Fina over food, and it's always going to be about food. The fight between Bella, Shegs and Rachel over food. The fight between who else fought? Yes, today Elo Swag and Jotun was crazy, right? That is just so wild. Like, it's the most unexpected thing that will ever happen. Elo Swag and Dotsun that is very calm. Me personally, with the whole thing that happened today, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the rundown here. But personally, I feel like Elo Swag is just looking for highlights to use and leave the house. So that they'll shall put something on that on the video when he's leaving and say, oh yeah, you had this altercation with this person, this person, this person, JK. I feel like that's just what was happening with Elo Swag. But he's going to be fine. So yeah, he had the fight because you know, they've always said, oh, after eating you wash your plates, don't keep your plates for anybody. And then Dotun came out to the dining and then he's saying plates, and then he asked Rachel and Chizin, do you know who used this place to eat? And Rachel said, oh yeah, these two people, Chomsy and Elo Swag had yam. So but I saw Elo Swag washing plates, but just ask him if he gave yam to somebody else to eat as well, that means to be the person. Then Dotun went to go and ask, and they were sleeping, but he woke them up to ask, oh yeah, maybe he's wrong waking them up while they are sleeping. I mean, that should have waited, sha. But he woke them up to ask them the question, and then I think Dotun said he did not drop any plates. Woo! Elo Swag was evicted. Elo Swag was evicted, you guys. Oh more, please, I hope it's not fake eviction. I hope he's coming out to be interviewed by Ebuka. Wow, that's crazy. And Trump is even crying. Oh, she's going to wail. Oh, she's gonna wail. She's going to wail because she might even leave next. She should just be preparing her mind. If you saw. And I can't wait for her to come outside the house. Like, imagine Elo Swag and Trump leaving the house, guy. Good riddance. Good riddance. Get the fuck out, bro. And sis, like, leave. These people have just been doing, like, they are annoying me at this point. They are annoying me. See, especially Shamsi. And that thing Elo Swag did today. So yeah, then you know Dotun now asked, and then they said, oh, that it wasn't them, and then Dotun left. But I think he came back again the second time, according to what Elo Swag was saying. He came back again and then dropped the plates on their bed. I don't know why he would have done that, but I get that that Dotun was Elo Swag was annoyed over the whole incident. But see, the way he was shouting and overreacting was not necessary. It was not necessary. Like, there was no need to do that. Then Dotun had also tried to explain that, oh, okay, this is where I'm coming from, this is where I'm coming from. Oh, he just told him. And then the guy wasn't even having any of it. He's just like, oh, why today of all days? Why today of all days? I take quiet, no me say I no go talk. This one, that one, this one. And I'm like, why? Like, why are you shouting? Trump told him, oh, Dotun, I'm sorry, Elo Swag, calm down, like, just let it go. That me, I don't even like to, you know the way Trump talks. I'm not trying to be rude. Me, I don't even, if you try to even annoy me, I'll just even like let it go. I'll not even say anything. I'm not saying anything, but you shall like to trigger people. Then the way she was triggering Fina to talk that day over, like when she made that stupid statement, you like to trigger people, but then you have a problem when they react. So you claim you don't need to react because you don't have shit to say. That's actually the thing. You don't have anything to say. That's why you're keeping quiet. So that was what happened between Dotun and Elo Swag today, and that thing lasted for too long and it was so annoying. It was so annoying. I just remember something Big Brother told Richard. Big Brother told Richard that that it's not every. How did he even put it? So something in the line of, it's not every time you react, like, you know, every altercation that you react to, something like that. And I can't get over that statement because he didn't give her a strike, he didn't give her a punishment, he gave her a warning. Okay, fine and good. Fine and good, you give her a warning. But if this is going to be the case, then you will as well give every other person that has an altercation with somebody else any slightest provocation, you should give them warning. Because you not explain to me why somebody tell me I'm stupid and I should ignore. And you know, after the whole thing, Rachel kept on going about how, see, that she doesn't even care. It's not like she's trying to disrespect Big Brother, but that she's going to obviously calm down with the way she talks with people. But if you insult her, she's going to speak to you. But except that she's not going to try and do it politely. Me, I'm even like, Big Brother, you're even confusing us, because the other day Chichi was telling you about how, you know, she's trying to avoid like retaliating and getting provoked by people in the house. That's why she's going to. I'm confused. That guy just said 2 housemates have now been evicted. But what's doing evicted? And he said one more person will be evicted. So that's 3 people are leaving. See, if I see Elo Swag in that fake house again, then I know that something is up that they're not telling us about.
Although the housemates have been evicted, Big Brother has decided to retain them as guests in the house.
Oh wow.
The housemates are no longer in the running for the grand prize. However, they will remain guests in Big Brother's house until the 18th of September at the very least. The evicted housemates don't know about this game, of course, which means they don't know if the eviction is real or fake. What is real?
Wow. So apparently, Doyin has actually been evicted, even though she's in the fake, like the other house, the blue house I told you about. Then as well, Elo Swag too has been evicted, but they put him in the blue house. But they put him in the blue house, and then both of them, Ebuka has just said that they wouldn't know if they are really evicted or if like Big Brother is playing a game, because obviously any other person that is evicted goes to get an interview and leaves the fucking house. The only time they put them in a separate house is maybe fake evictions, like take them back. But then Ebuka just said that this house means that's Doyin and Elo Swag currently is people that have been evicted. They're going to be in the house until 18th of September, at least, as guests in Big Brother's house. Loki, that's actually very nice because you still be chilling. So I need to actually guess it. Are they going to participate in task? Or are they just going to be watching? Because it can't be just 2 people or 3 persons at most, because they said they're going to evict 1 more person, but it can't be just 3 of them evicted and then in 1 house.
Are you ready to party? Please make some noise for the certified hitmaker himself, Peruzzi.
Peruzzi is the invited guest today. It's like Big Brother has money this year, because I don't understand why you're inviting artists every Sunday live eviction to come and perform. It's actually very crazy, and you'll be paying them a lot of money. So yeah, you guys, I'm still very confused though, because I need to understand what's going on here. Are they going to be in the house? Are they going to participate in games, like in the task, like sponsored task and then wager task? But they can't participate in wager task because they're not eating the same food with them. So how are they going to be sponsored? What exactly are they going to be doing in the house? And I wonder the next person, because Ebuka said 1 more person is going to be evicted from Big Brother's house, and I wonder who's going to be evicted. So since Elo Swag and Doyin has left, the remaining people up for eviction are Brian, Fina, Chomzy, then Rachel and Cheesy. Those ones are riders, they're not going anywhere. Baby has always said it. But then Brian, Fina, Chomzy, yeah. So 1 person is going to leave, and obviously it is going to be Chomzy. Like, Chomzy is going to leave, and she's going to join Elo Swag in the other house. At least they're lucky. They get to enjoy their romance very well now. Do you know that I find it so weird when I see when I see grown men in this, like, come for this life eviction thing, like grown men, like, ooh. I'm like, don't you have things to do with? Don't come for me, please. I'm just wondering, like, don't they have things to do with that they're there chilling? So yeah, there was another fight. This fight I wanted to talk about, the after, yeah, I think that was after Saturday. No, I think so. Yeah, it was on Saturday. That happened on a Saturday. Chomzy cooked for a selected few, and this is coming after she had a fight with Fina previously over the fact that Fina cooked for people she claimed to be level 2, and then she's like, oh yeah, we are doing levels now, she now level 2, and then she and Fina had like a little clash, and then she cooks, and then she cooks for a selected few. This thing caused like serious issues in the house. Like, they had a very serious fight. Everybody was raking, everybody was getting riled up, everybody was reacting, and then eventually they had to get Hermes held a meeting so that they will settle it. And then he's like, okay, since this is how you people want to be doing things, then all man for himself. Let them stop doing that collective feeding where they have to, because it's just bringing unnecessary fights. If you look at Shegs insulting Rachel because of his girlfriend not getting beef instead of chicken. I'd be getting beef instead of chicken. I don't even understand what she wanted. So he's like, instead of this thing because of unnecessary issues, let them like everybody, they'll share the money. Everybody buy what you want to eat for yourself. And if they're going to like share it like two persons, like two people, each, then let them do it that way instead of like everybody buying, like collective buying and then cooking, and they're having unnecessary issues over food, and then they agree to it. But then when they now agree to it, Fina had like this group. Fina had her own group of people that she her boyfriend, that's what's his name, Groovy, who else, she, Groovy, Cheesy, Rachel, Chichi, and some, like a lot of them. They were actually like 12 in that group. She decided that they decided that that's their own group, that they all like contribute money. When they share the money that they win, they'll all contribute each for themselves and what they will be cooking. So they'll join their money, buy their food, cook for themselves, and they know themselves and they wouldn't have issues if that's. And then when they had like shared themselves, then the remaining group, the other group was Bella, Shegs, Shumsey, and Eloswag. Eloswag didn't actually want to join the Bella and Shegs group. He wanted to be part of Fina's group, but Fina refused. Like they refused. They were like, oh, they're already too much. They didn't even want doing it to join. I feel like they just some sort of segregation in the house. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just this group on their own, this group on their own. There's fights, and then these people are always coming for this people. But with the fact that so like at least Bella and Shegs receive strikes there, I wonder if they'll calm down in the house. But obviously they do not like Bella and Shegs. I feel like everybody has already seen the kind of people they are, and I feel like they're going to shop nomination. Like they will eat nomination like to swallow this week, this on Monday when they nominate housemates of a eviction. And eventually I just hope like Shegs is up, to be honest. Like I'm actually very tired, except he calms down, except he becomes a changed person, and then I can tolerate seeing him on my screen, because if he continues with this his bad character, then he should go. Like he should be going. Even if they're taking him to the other house where I don't have to see him, he shall be going. But I need to also get, now that I'm even talking about other house, they already like took down the other channel. They went, there were two channels, they took down the other one. So this particular house, how are we going to be watching them? I'm actually very curious. Like I can't wait for clarification, because I really want to know how this is going to work. And they're going to be doing tasks, sponsored tasks, and the rest of them. They wouldn't know they've been evicted. Erica said that. Well, I don't know, Sha. I don't know. So yeah, did you guys watch the Saturday night party? What do you think about the party? Personally, I enjoyed it. I saw some comments on Twitter where people were saying, oh, that this party wasn't banking, it wasn't giving, it was boring. Like some housemates were not vibing to it, some housemates were vibing, people that were younger were not vibing, because it's a sort of like a retro party. They were wearing like this old wig, this puffed head, like hair look alike wig, and then beads, like pearls rather, and all of that, like retro style. And then some people were saying, oh, that the party wasn't giving. But personally, I liked the party. It's not something that will make you like dance so much, but like old music and all of that. It was actually very, very chilling. And then people had their opinions, and I'm like, wow, it's actually crazy, because the previous party before this one, I did not like the DJs, and then a lot of people liked them. Then this one, I liked them, and then people don't like them. I don't care. But yeah, the housemates, I feel like the housemates were excellent. They had fun. They actually had fun. Them, Adekunle, Rachel, Cheesy, they danced. Like they had fun. Then some people were chilling. Even Bella herself danced in the party. Like that's unusual. But after the party, the part I always look forward to, because that's where I sit down and I watch, because I want to listen to conversations that happen. But the party was sponsored by Guinness yesterday, so I feel like people didn't really drink so much, because Guinness is bitter. And I expected it. I didn't think like people would drink that much, because Guinness is actually bitter. But then people drank, and Guinness is Fina's go-to drink. Like that's what she fucks with the most. So yes, Fina, I think she was tipsy. So after they came out of the house, Fina and Groovy were in the kitchen, and then Fina was trying to like unbutton his clothes, and he's like, oh babe, stop, that. She's like, now what are you doing now? Why are you telling me to stop now? And he's like, stop, like don't undress me in front of people. He's like, who are the people? Like, what do you mean? I did not see your chest. And she was acting tipsy or acting drunk, not tipsy. She was acting drunk, but to be honest, I don't feel like Fina was drunk. Like Fina has this thing where she pretends on Saturday parties that she's drunk. I don't know if she's doing it to get attention from Groovy or something. I don't even know what it is exactly. But that thing is a whole ass pretense because I've seen Fina drunk like once or twice in the house, and she passes out. Like straight up, she passes out. But yesterday, Fina wasn't drunk. She was just tipsy, and then and she was trying to touch him, and he was like, "Oh babe, stop! Oh babe, stop!" And they went into the room. She's like, "You know what? Don't touch me." He's trying to like, she's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, just leave me, don't touch me, don't touch me." And he's like, like small like fights was just generating over something very unnecessary. And I'm like, where's this even coming from? Where's this even coming from? Like, why? And obviously, Groovy doesn't even have strength for that kind of drama. Groovy is not somebody that likes drama. That's one thing about him. But then I was just even feeling bad for Groovy because I'm like, why do you end up with girls that stress you? Especially on Saturday night parties, like after the parties, why do you end up with girls that stress you? Because they end up drinking too much and then you have to be the one taking care of them. With Beauty, so the same thing. With Fina, it's currently the same thing. Amon is actually very exhausting. Like, then yeah, aside from that, who else? Housemates were not really drunk. I don't think anybody was tipsy aside from Fina, and then everybody knew Fina was tipsy. Then eventually, they settled and then they went to have their have their bath and then chill and all of that. Then Brian and Joey had their issue. This was coming when in the dining when yeah, Brian was sitting in the dining, then Joey was sitting with Cheesy in the lounge, and then they were having a conversation before Brian like came to eat on the dining. She was talking with Cheesy about like I told you guys that relationship, and then Cheesy was sort of like making his intentions known that he actually likes doing. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. It's the same you that has always spoken about how there are tons of sheep. You know the way he pronounces his own ships. That there are tons of sheep in the house, and that you don't understand what people are doing, and then you're always saying emotions are high. But me personally, is it cheesy with doing? I actually likes it. I would say likes now because doing has actually been evicted. So we're not going to be hearing too much of doing this, doing that, the people trying to nominate doing to be up for eviction. There's not going to be any of that anymore because doing is not going to be in their faces. So I actually want to see like what them Shella like Shegs and Bella will have to say, like who they will not be gossiping about now since they have such an issue with doing, even though she thinks she's their friend, but apparently they don't really fuck with her like that. So yeah, they had a conversation, Cheesy and Doing, and they were talking about relationship, about how when she comes back to the house, and I'm just actually watching to see what's going to come out of it eventually when they are done with this show. If they are still going to be friends, if they're going to date, they're showing like the housemates and what they want over the week. I feel like I'm going to hear Chumzi's name a lot of times in all of these things because that babe won money. Eh? Chelsea won a lot of money that it now feels like people now feels like, oh, Big Brother was being very partial. But me, I sort of felt like she worked for it. But there was one particular task here that I'm like, okay, this is actually bullshit. I can't remember what tax that was. But then I was just like, okay, at this point, what are you doing? But then a lot of times, like Chelsea actually works for it, and even though I remember one time Doyin even said that see if you want to win anything in this house, just try being in the same group with Chelsea. That thing was so funny because she ended up being in the same group with Chelsea that day or the next day, and they did not win. They didn't win. So that's how Brian now came into the picture. See, you guys, I saw the countless times that Brian does not have respect. Brian is rude as hell. Like Brian is so rude, very rude. They are showing clips of their pool party, and when people had so much fun on this pool party. Yeah. I wonder what's going on between Daniela and Dotun Safe. Dotun is actually very serious about this, wanting to give Daniela space because he's actually like keeping up. I've not even seen him go to meet her. Oh, what are you going to eat? Oh, are you sleeping? Oh, what do you want? This one, that one. He's actually very serious about it, and I like it. Like he should actually keep up the good work. I love it because somebody cannot be stringing you along like I'll be stringing you like you are a violin, a big guitar, be what. So yeah, that's how Brian was now. They were See, with Brian I'm doing it. Countless times Brian has told doing that. We are not friends. Like we just I remember one time they just started talking and then she said something in the line of, oh, are we not we are friends, and he's like, we just started talking. That was such a big L he gave her. But I noticed that Doyin actually likes Brian. Not like her in that kind of way. Like him in that kind of way. Like he likes she likes him as like a younger brother, like a friend, nothing serious. You get? So I think that's the thing with Brian with doing. But Brian is taking advantage of it. Like he's being very rude to her, like extremely rude. Because he's very close to Daniela and he doesn't even treat Daniela this way. So to an extent, I felt like Doyin should have just backed off. Like stop forcing friendships. That's one bad thing Doyin does. Like she forces friendship, and it is very disgusting to see. If these people are not fucking with you, you should get it and you should move on. A lot of times, Chizzy has tried to like make her see real clearly, but she doesn't want to see.
Unranking contestants were eventually computed by Deloitte and confirmed against
I think one person is going.
determined by Mnet.
Yeah, Ebuka has gone back into the house to evict one person. Brian looks so prepared, like he's actually dressed in his Igbo regalia. He's holding our Ohanese fine. And he's wearing the red cap, Piche cap. He actually looks so good on the outside. I like it. Do you know that Fina is not even dressed like she's going home? She looks very. It's almost like she knows that she's not going anywhere.
Bella, what's up?
Do you know that I always forget Bella's friend?
How you doing?
I always forget because I mentioned that Fina, Chomzi, Brian, Rachel, and Chizzy are.
Like quite a few times when I tune in, you are apologizing to Shex for something.
Woo! Ebuka just asked Bella why is that every like few times he tunes in she's apologizing to Shex over
And
something.
then I hear you being called fool. You're sick. You're stupid.
Damn!
All of those very weird words. Is that a love language for you? I'm not sure why you keep taking.
He just said, and then I hear you being called a fool, you are sick, you're stupid. Is that a love language between both of you?
Yeah.
Wait, what did she just say?
I wouldn't take it a normal day, but yeah. I apologize to him because he feels like
Wow, Bella just said that she tolerates it because she likes him. That she wouldn't take it on a normal day, but she likes him.
I'm trying to correct it and he has actually improved in it, so yeah.
And she's saying that she has tried to correct it, but he has actually improved. Like this babe sounds stupid.
Alright. Well,
Because tomorrow Shex is still going to tell her she's a fool. So housemates that are left are Fina, Brian, Chizzy, Rachel, Chomzi, and Bella. And one person is gonna go, and that's Chomzi. I hope she knows. She get out. I was telling you guys that Fina looks like she knows that she's not going because normal Fina she should. You are safe. He just called Brian. Brian can't be up. Are you playing?
You're safe.
He just told Brian he's safe. He should sit. Oh, Daniela is so excited. Look at this. Oh God, like these two people's friendship, siblingship is the cutest thing ever. Like they genuinely like each other as friends, and it's so cute. You should have seen the way Daniela like rushed in to hug him.
To be evicted
Next housemates will be evicted.
from the Big Brother Naija level of house is
I'm like him. It would be crazy if it's Bella. Is it Bella? Is it Chomzi? Is it Fina? Is it? It can't be Rachel or Chizzy. You can talk now. You do like Frank and do.
Chomzi.
Told you. Chomzi has just been evicted from Big Brother's house, and that's the end of her journey in Big Brother's house. She should go and join her boyfriend in the fake house. Would be nice. At least she was crying when Eloswag left, but now she gets to live with him. Isn't that cute? Very cute. Very, very cute.
You have 10 seconds to leave the Big Brother
I want to
house.
see people she's going to hug.
10.
I don't want fake love around here. She fought with Dotun this afternoon. She was still going to hug him.
8.
Oh, he did.
7. 6. 5.
Bye.
4.
I can't even I wish I could see.
It looks like Big Brother might still have a few cup balls up his sleeves.
What other
I don't know
balls?
what that is. You better come back after this.
Ebuka said Big Brother still has something up his sleeve. Like what else? Are you oh my God, I almost say are you deleting? Are you evicting 4 people? Imagine 4 people leaving. Who is going to go? Yeah, that's going to be between. That's going to be between Bella, Fina, and Brian. It better be Bella that will be there evicting another person. Do you know that Shegs tried to hold Bella and he told her to leave, and she told him to leave her. See, I just thought that this thing because just said is going to give her some like sense of reasoning to make her see that okay, we are actually seeing what's going on now. And this thing you are in is a very toxic relationship. And you see her already running her mouth trying to defend him that she's trying to correct the whole thing, and then he's actually learning. Shegs will never learn. Shegs cannot learn. Shegs will not learn. Because tomorrow or today, they are going to fight again. And he's going to tell her she's stupid, or she's a fool, or she's mad, or she's sick, or doesn't she have sense. He's always going to say one derogatory word to her, like, no how. It's never possible for him. He can't do without it. And then, it's actually how she's running her mouth for me. And then now she's like, leave me alone. This leave me alone is going to end in, baby, I'm sorry. He's going to kneel down, tell her I'm sorry. Probably ask for dinner dates. Probably ask for flowers to give her. I don't want it for sure they'll get back together. Because she's actually obsessed. Like this one it has actually passed liking him. She's obsessed with this boy. She's very obsessed with him. God help her. God help her, because anyways, I'm very sure that if eventually they come out of the house, this thing is not going to continue. So as Chomzi has been evicted, I was saying that I wonder what was going through her mind, because Chomzi felt like she was such a strong contender in this game. She thought she was the it girl. That's why she was always looking down on other people. Remember the statement she made where she said that that if they were still doing it based on level, that they would have wiped the whole level too. It's the way she said it. The way she talks when she's trying to like talk down on something or somebody. She raises her upper lips up. If it's like oh God, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But yeah, that was how she said it, and then I'm just looking at this girl like, you think too much of yourself. Calm down. Like, you think too much of yourself. The other day she was saying that the reason why Dotun and Daniela are probably not talking is because of her. Why do you think you are that? Like, okay, I get like self-awareness, high self-esteem and all of that, but your own is too much. It's actually too much that it now feels like you're insecure about something. Even with Diane Fina and Gravy, she still feels like she has something there. And then the other day, Groovy was asking, she asked Groovy, oh, how is your relationship going? And she knew that period, that Groovy had like sort of an issue with Fina. And then Groovy asked her back, how is your relationship? And he was obviously talking about Eluswak, her relationship with Eluswak. That even reminds me of something that Eluswak said today. I'm going to get back to that. And then she asked him about her relationship. He asked her about her relationship with Eluswak, and then she didn't say anything. She went mute. Oh yeah, Eluswag today when he was having his fight with Dawson, Eluswag was like, because Dawson said he came into the room and then he saw them on the bed together and then he gave them the plate, and then he was like, oh, that if it's Chomzi's plate that he could wash it, and she's like, and then Dawson said, oh, that he doesn't have a problem washing anybody's place, but that they should not put him with anybody, that he came into this house alone. He didn't come with anybody. He met everybody here. When he was saying that thing, I was just like, wow. Wow, actually it sounds very, like if it was me, I would actually feel offended. Okay, yes, we didn't come into this house together, but why are you making like placing so much emphasis on I didn't come into this house with anybody, I didn't come into this house with anybody. Like tons of times, Chelsea has helped you to do something. I guess, okay, a lot of times he actually does more for Chelsea than Chelsea does for him, I guess. But why are you like laying so much emphasis on, oh, I didn't come into this house with anybody, I came into this house alone, like.
The housemates from tonight will return to the main house unannounced at some point, and will partake in regular house activities, including diaries, tasks, because they are all still Big Brother's guests.
Do you know that Ebuka just said that the housemates that have been evicted, them Eloswag, Chomzi and Doyin, will return to the house unannounced.
Left in the dark with what is happening on the show.
They will return to the house unannounced, and they will still participate in tasks and every other thing, including diary session itself and the rest of the house. But they are Big Brother's guests, and then they wouldn't know what's happening.
will
This is actually very crazy.
even when we go back. I wonder what Big Brother wants to do with that space. We'll find out when the time comes.
Like, truly though, what does Big Brother want to do with this space?
I see Chauncey going.
So Chelsea is going to enter this house any moment from now. I can't wait to see Elo Swag's reaction. And I can't wait to like listen to the conversations they will have. Doing so excited. I just want to listen to the conversations they're going to have. I want to know what they are going to say, what's going on in their head. Now Odonya has already started eating sharp. She saw food on the table. She doesn't even know the food is poisoned or anything. She shat took the food and started eating.
Oh, babe, hold on. This is blue. I don't want to eat that big. Does this mean we are not out?
You know, Chelsea just asked, does this mean we are not out? If only she knew. But actually, like, this package is actually nice, though. Because you're still going to stay back, you're still going to win money. It actually makes so much sense. Like, I feel like these people are lucky. Apologizing to your auntie, why? That's why you got evicted early. You're still evicted, yeah. You just don't know. But actually, this thing is so chill because they get to stay back. All the people that left is like second week, third week. They get to stay back, play games, win money, participate in head of like participate in tasks, sponsor tasks, major tasks. Wow. I like this package. Imagine me being in Big Brother house. I wouldn't actually mind being evicted and staying back in the house to actually enjoy the benefits. Because what's the rush about? Wow. Okay, yeah, them so they can see Ebuka, but I don't think they can see the other housemates. So like they are playing Ebuka's like appearance is playing on both TVs in both houses.
Alright, I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can hear me, just want to wish you good luck for another week. A lot of you might be holding things back.
Oh, so nobody's going home, I guess.
Point, trying to play it safe. I've had those conversations, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind.
So you guys telling them that they should feel free to speak their mind. They're going to be trying to play safe this week.
It's never a bad thing.
And obviously he's talking to Rachel because the camera is just on Rachel's face. So yeah, nobody's going again. Fina is so happy. Fina is dancing. At this point, I feel like the housemates should already guess that Fina and Brian are strong in the house. They should already be able to like put 2 and 2 and already know that okay, these people, because they've been up for eviction how many times? Like they've actually been up a number of times. So if you guys saying something. Yes, eventually 3 housemates were evicted, just 3 out of the 7 housemates that were up for eviction. And that's Doyin, Chauncey, Elo Swag, and then they are in another house. And remember, Ebuka said they are going to eventually go back into the normal house eventually, unannounced. They are not going to say when, but they're going to go back, and they are actually evicted housemates. They are evicted already, but they don't know. Nobody knows. But they are going to be in the house until the 18th of September. They're going to play the game. They're going to win head of house. They're going to win sponsor tasks, play major games, and all of that. I can't actually. I feel like this is going to be a fun week because there's just a lot of content. Oh yeah, Brian and Bella and Sheik are going to have a very, very, very serious conversation because currently every other housemates are like rejoicing and all of that, but they're just sitting down together talking. But at least the housemates, they know now that there's actually a storm in the ship and beyond the sea rather. And then I can't wait to hear the conversations that will happen between these 3 that have been evicted, because Chauncey actually believes, Chauncey and Doyin believe that they are still in the game, they've not been evicted. So yeah, we've come to the end of this live stream. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow during the head of house games. See you guys.